This is like old times, Mark. I mean,
how long ago did we start out?
1993, 94
Yeah.
was when you come. Mickey Theo brought you down to Champions Gym.
Correct,
Did how many amateurs?
There's 14 amateur fights. Pretty much still a novice. Just lost in the London IBA final to all the Harrison. I cut off or smashed him to pieces.
All the Harrison, yeah.
That's right. And then come down and done the boxing for about 3-4 months, I think it was. And you asked me to come down and do a bit of sparring with one of your boys.
Yeah.
And I poleaxed him, didn't I?
What actually happened there was the guy, he was a very, very good amateur fighter. He was a very heavyweight as well. And like Mark said, unfortunately, he stopped the geezer's career because he was due to fight for me shortly after that. And he was a big ticket seller, and Mark did do the job there, but a lovely fella, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You know, he was a real nice guy. Then after that, Mark turned pro, we turned pro with Frank Warren, and we worked together for 14 fights.
That's right.
13 wins. How many by KO in the first round?
11, I think it was. No, 9 in the first round, 11 total.
11 in total.
Yeah.
And there was only one loss that Mark had. It was when we took a fight that I didn't really want him to have at all, and we went to France, and that was a battle over 8 rounds. So we had everything against us there, didn't we?
Yeah, he got concussed in the first round from
Yeah.
headbutt.
Geezer headbutted him, do you remember?
Can't tell you what happened in the fight.
Got cut under the eye, over the eye. Got the cut stopped, got all the bleeding stopped, and he went through and had the 8 rounds. We didn't get the decision, but we was in France, and in there, apart from being nutted, you've got to knock him out to win. But then you went on a little bit further with some other trainers, didn't you?
I had more trainers than JJB's.
JJB. I said to him one day when I see him in the Peacock Gymnasium in Canning Town, Mark, you've had more trainers than Shergar, and you've got to get yourself settled down and just get one. But he didn't.
No, I couldn't ever get settled really.
No.
And it was chopping and changing. I think that's where I kind of went wrong. From one to another to another to another.
Yeah.
And then never really reached the heights that I should have done in the pro game. I beat a lot of good fighters, and a lot of guys I used to spar with at the time went on to fight and win world titles and fight for European titles.
You would have been a world champion, I know that for a fact. And unfortunately, the politics, which we won't go into now, actually led us then from me not being on, not being with Mark for the rest of his career until we hooked up again, and Mark came on to what was called the unlicensed boxing scene. Obviously now it's the IBA, and 22 fights, 22 wins, mostly all KO.
22 knockouts.
22 knockouts. And then a funny story is once he'd gone to the point of I couldn't get any more opponents for him. I was training, Mark was training me, and I've got myself involved in cage fighting, MMA. And I said to Mark, would you like to fight in the cage? And he looked at me and he said, no, he said, I'm not really interested in fighting at all. I said, well, would $3,000 help? And he said, you know what, I think I'll have a go. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And then it went on to Mark, being managed by me again, not trained by me, and going into the cage.
Yeah.
How many fights in the cage?
We had 8, didn't we?
8 in the cage.
Yeah, 8 in the cage, yeah. We lost one by disqualification, one by reignited choke.
Yeah.
Not all of them knockout wins.
Yeah.
Oh, one K1 win.
1K1.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, he's the ultimate package, the all-round warrior fighter. From the amateur to the professional, from the professional to the unlicensed, from the unlicensed to the cage. And one of the highlights, apart from me and him being very, very close indeed, is that I fought on the same show in the cage as Mark. And I looked across the changing room and I said, what am I doing here? This is your fault. I'm 55 and I'm going to have a cage fight. And he went, it's your fault, I'm here. We both burst out laughing.
I started laughing, that was it.
But we've got good fights tonight. We've got big Tomas Cerinski.
Cerinski, yeah.
Is he 17, 18 stone, I fancy?
No, I think about 21. I think,
21 stone. Man. Mark's fought him in the cage.
I fought him in the cage, yeah. He was 27 stone at the time. He's done very well since. He's won quite a few belts, a few K1 belts, a few cage belts. He fancies this tonight. I think he's going to come out bombing. I think he's looking for revenge. That's not going to happen.
Well, the fight that they had, Mark did stop him with a jab. Very hard jab indeed. So like you say, I think he's going to come out and he's going to try and seek revenge tonight. But it's great to have you back.
No, love it.
You know, getting married soon?
Getting married in July, isn't it?
Yeah.
July.
Looking forward to a good
beautiful
wedding.
Hannah. Yeah.
Lovely. God bless.